Hello everybody. And next up we play host to Silkeborg at home in the latest group match in the Thursday night conference. Kick-off on Thursday night is 8 PM, which may mean you're using up 2 late passes this week with your other halves. So Silkeborg then, they've been a bit of a surprise package in a group where, if I'm honest, I had the Belgians and the Romanians down as our main rivals. Our Danish chums lost their opening games narrowly, going down at Anderlecht 1-0 and losing 3-2 to us at home. That was much as one might have expected, were one as ignorant as I. However, there was something of a turnaround in the back-to-back ties against FCSB. Their 5-0 home win over the Romanians in Denmark was an eye-opener, albeit on the synthetic pitch. However, the identical result in the reverse victory in Bucharest was astounding. The 6 points gained have left them in second place in the group, 2 points clear of Anderlecht, who are at home to FCSB this week. Silkeborg's Thursday night exploits appear to have come at the expense of their domestic form, where they've won just the once in their last 5, leaving them on 21 points from the 14 games they've played so far. That leaves them in 4th place, 7 points adrift of leaders Nord-Zealand. Their last outing saw them go down 3-2 away at Horsens. Their cause was not helped by the dismissal of Tobias Salkvist 3 minutes into the second half. They were 2-1 down at the time, but Jorgensen's second of the game with 17 minutes left looked as if it might have given them a point, only to see the home side snatch all 3 points with a last-minute penalty. They'll be missing a number of first-choice selections for the trip over the North Sea. Midfielders Brink and Engel, sounds like a music hall double act, they're nursing hamstrings. Matson and Dahl both got head injuries, whilst Pedersen has a back injury. Those last 3 all listed as doubtful, with late injury tests awaiting them. It's a short and sweet preview this week due to time constraints, so we'll move on very quickly to have a look at the wild and wacky world of association football. And as if recent events weren't proof enough of the stupidity of politicians, we had the latest offering of Foreign Office Secretary James Cleverly, who instructed LGBT supporters travelling to Qatar for the World Cup that they should be respectful of the host country, in which homosexuality is illegal. Yeah, I can see his point. I mean, why wouldn't you respect a country which carries laws that could see you facing the death penalty for something that really shouldn't be anyone's business but your own? While we're at it, let's sing Qatar's praises for the country's enlightened attitude to health and safety in the construction sector, and for its stance on bribery and corruption that saw it win the tournament in the first place in a completely honest and scrupulous selection process. Now realise that the Foreign Office's main role is that of a ministry for not upsetting foreigners, particularly if their country is geographically strategic or particularly blessed with oil, and that the somewhat ironically named Cleverly was perhaps a bit on the spot as part of a radio interview. But even allowing for that, it was a particularly crass thing to say, even for a politician. Enough of all that. I'll write a bit more about the Bournemouth match when I do some stuff for the weekend's trip to the theatre of tacky marketing slogans. Just one thing though, whilst Bournemouth were moaning blue thunder about VAR for the first goal, not one person thought to mention the twin fouls on Skamaka and Errol as the ball came over, both of which were offences visible to the naked eye and punishable by a penalty kick. Funny that. Team news is that Aguirre is supposed to be close to making the squad, if not actually playing, though if, as Mr. Moyes suggests, he won't be available for Sunday's trip up the M6, it remains to be seen exactly how much actual involvement he has. Still, it's a welcome step forward nevertheless. Paqueta, Dawson and Cornet will all probably miss out on Thursday, but other than that it's a full squad to select from. So we'll move on very quickly to the prediction. On the one hand, they've been on fire over the last couple of group matches, and they gave us a decent game over there. On the other hand, FCSB have been, well, awful, and our win over there was on their artificial pitch during a period when we were still bedding players in. I think we're a lot further down that particular road than we were back then. Of the other 3 teams in the group, I'd be delighted to see Silkeborg qualify behind us, mainly because their supporters deserve it much more than the Romanians and Belgians that I've encountered in recent weeks. However, I reckon we'll have too much for them this time around, and they'll probably have to wait until their last match at home to Anderlecht before sealing qualification. I'll therefore be placing the £2.50 that I was going to spend on a Qatar is quite nice really lapel badge on a home win. Over to you, Mr. Winston, for a 3-1 win then. Enjoy the game.
So we're here in the offices of a Late Late Show with the host of a Late Late Show, James Corden.
Hi.
Big West Ham fan.
Yes. And big knees up Mother Brown, man.
Yeah.
Get on the forum at kumb.com. Come on, you irons.